You look beautiful, honey. You always look beautiful. You look beautiful.
Well, hello everyone. This is Stefan. We have Arlene, Marcus, and Mary Lee, and also a special guest that we're going to bring in a few minutes. We just want to welcome you to today's hangout. We have a lot of things to talk about this morning. We want to go over the new products that were launched at convention, and especially specifically the two new Boost products. And so we heard they're great products, amazing things that we have there. But what do you say about them? Like, if someone asks you, so what's this product? Why should I take it? Why take the Power Boost versus the Beauty Boost? Well, now you will learn all about this. So, Marcus, let's do a sound check. Let's see how it works on your end. Can we hear you, Marcus?
I don't know. Can you hear that?
Yes, we can. You're good.
Okay, good. All right.
All right. Okay, so let's begin here. Let's start with the first slide. I'm just gonna switch my screen here. Give me a second. Okay, so we should be able to see my screen. Let me just switch to my PowerPoint. Okay, so I think we're all set. I have the test slide on my other screen. We're all good. Okay, so all right, the Power Boost. The new Power Boost is composed of three main elements: the BCAAs, the branched chain amino acids, glutamine, and MCT, which is the medium chain triglycerides. And so these are the three components of this Power Boost. Now, what I want to share with you is we do have a nice picture that's going to really tell a lot here. When looking at this picture, and let me just switch here. Let me make sure I'm still connected. Okay. All right, looks like I'm back. Okay, so when you look at this picture, when you look at these two men, there are two completely different physiques. One factor that actually contributes to the disparity between these two is the intake of BCAAs. When the body needs energy, and if you look at the chains at the bottom of those pictures, you see one is broken down and the other one is, still all good. So when body needs energy, it can break down muscles to take these important BCAAs out and use them as a fuel for energy. So obviously, if you're using energy every day, the last thing you want is to basically be in a situation where you're using the energy from your muscle. All right. And so this is why it's important to supplement your body with the good nutrients. All right. All right. I pressed something here, and I just created a bunch. Wow. I don't know what I did. I created like 140 slides in 3 seconds. Okay. Okay. So basically, muscle breakdown is actually a natural part of metabolism. However, supplementing with BCAAs during and after workout, it will actually help spare muscles and other tissues from being broken down. All right, and so there's been a study that was shown that when a group of healthy people receive a single dose of intravenous, I think that's the way you say that, intravenous infusion of these amino acids, the amount of tissue breakdown that normally occurs overnight decreased by 50%. And so it's quite. Oh, we have an echo. There we go. Shouldn't have an echo anymore. Are we good? Just do a thumbs up, guys, if we're good. Okay. All right. So there's been on that study. I don't know if you heard me properly, but on that study, they gave amino acids to these people, And the amount of tissue breakdown that typically occurs overnight, it actually just decreased by 50%. In another study, the muscles of a group of marathoners and cross-country runners were spared completely with a daily dose of isoleucine, which is one of the three BCAAs. All right, so the branched amino acids. So basically, BCAAs bypass your liver and go straight to your small intestine and go directly to your muscle to build to build muscles actually. And you know what they are basically is they are proteins broken down into small pieces, or what we call amino acids, and they are actually metabolized in the muscles, which can be used for energy specifically during exercise, but also during downtimes instead of carbohydrates. All right, so if we're going to consume carbohydrates to get energy, well, you can replace that with, you know, these amino acids, and they act like carbohydrates, but without the fat storage effects, which is just really interesting. And so if you're on a low carbohydrate diet, you should be supplementing with those. All right, so if you work out, we suggest you take it before the workout because it will provide you with energy during the workout. It also helps it helps you to maintain muscle during your workout, so that's one of the benefits. And if you take it after workout, it also gives you a muscle building advantage. And so, so one other thing these BCAAs do is that they help boost your energy. And if you take it mid-morning or mid-afternoon where you're a little down on energy, it will help you boost your energy. So, you know, and in the case of cravings, high craving, hunger, it will basically satisfy you. So this is what these BCAAs are. And so now when you look at these two men, like you see the muscle mass. These two men are probably, you know, in shape and they're working out all the time. But the difference is that, you know, they have supplemented, one of the elements they did is they supplemented their body with amino acids, which helps, you know, build that muscle instead of breaking it down. So, so this is why they are really, really essential, really key here. So let me just check here because I have all my 140 slides that I created. Let me check if I can find. Okay, the next one will be for Marcus. I don't know if Marcus, you're able to join to share your screen.
I don't think I can.
So give me a second here. I will just.
And my camera looks blurry too. I don't know why that's happening.
Hold on a second. What are you
Having
saying?
a hard day. My picture looks blurry too. I'm not sure why that's happening.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Huh. It's a rough day out here. Technically challenged.
You wanna try it?
I'll talk to your slides. How's that?
Okay, that's well, actually, we're gonna see you instead of the slide because if you speak, my slide disappears.
Okay, let me see. Well.
So take over, my friend. Just explain what you have to explain.
Here we go.
So you were going to talk about the two other elements in the boost, right?
Yes. I'm just bringing it up here.
Okay.
Okay, does that work? Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Not as challenged as I thought. Okay. So these, for those of you that watched that video that I took from convention and put it out on Upline Updates, Ashley Gass did a fantastic presentation on what we're talking about here, and she goes through 3 different types of clients that she has. You know, customer 1 are the beast mode folks, and those are the ones that are really into working out and hitting the gym really hard and all that. And for that type of person, the glutamine really helps stabilize the blood sugar when you're working out and promotes muscle mass and strength and boosts immune and prevents sickness. That's really good for the beast mode folks. For the type 2 people, those would be people like from my generation, the baby boomers, 45 plus. A lot of us, and I was one of them, we put on a lot of weight, and some of us are couch potatoes. A lot of us are on meds, tired, and pretty much given up on losing weight and getting back in health. But the MCTs really help change that around. They give you much more energy, and basically people aren't going to start working out unless they feel better to get off the couch. So this boost product really helps, gets you inspired. I mean, it gets you up off the couch, you start feeling better. And one of the best things I like about the boost shake is the taste, the chocolate. I mean, it's like having drinking a chocolate milkshake or a chocolate bar. I said the first time I had it, it's fantastic. And it's also good for, it's called she used the word fat chomper. I mean, it literally burns up fat and prevents sickness, which is really a big deal. As you get older, people get sick more often and things, and the glutamine really helps for that. Let me just start this out. The medium chain triglycerides, the MCTs. This is off of MedMD. This just kind of gives you a little overview on what MCTs are. They're partially man-made fats, and they refer to the way carbon atoms are arranged in their chemical structure. And they're really made by processing coconut and palm oil, palm kernel oils in the lab. And those two oils, which is part of the new diet Tim's come out with, really make a big deal about coconut oil. And so MCTs are very prevalent in that particular oil. They actually use it for treating food absorption disorders, and they like medically for people that have a hard time absorbing nutrients and things. So this is really good to have it in this product here. It enables you to absorb more nutrients, and of course it all works together with the other products we have. It's also used for a lot of different people use it for nutritional support during training. And if you look at this little chart here, I just made some bullet points. It's a quick energy source. I mean, you can feel it right away. When I have the boost shake, I can feel it. I mean, it happens right away, and it's really good for stabilizing blood sugars. You know, when you're working out and doing things, or like the whole baby boomer crowd, we spike a lot of everybody that's on sugar. Their insulin spiking and crashing, spiking and crashing. Well, this MCTs prevent that. And this part here in the middle, she used the word may, because you know how the FDA is, may prevent neurological brain diseases like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. When I looked this up on Wikipedia, they actually have a lot of studies on that, and there was really, it's almost...
Marcus,
you go ahead.
Are you sharing your full screen, or are you like in the presentation mode?
I think I'm sharing full screen. How's that?
Okay, you need to go off of full screen.
Go off of full screen?
Yeah, just don't do a full, like how can I say this? Like a presentation mode. You don't do that.
Oh, on PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Are you still at the picture with the two men?
No.
Yeah, that's why we only see that.
Okay. Let me go back to screen share. Oh yeah, I've been in a different slide here.
Looks like it's my screen we see.
Yeah, it is. Okay, here we go.
Now we see you.
Okay, can you see me now?
Yeah, we see you, not your screen. Oh yeah, that's good.
Okay. So you missed the part on glutamine?
Yeah.
Okay, can you see that now?
Yeah, I could see it. It's just because I'm Whenever I talk, it's switched back to me. But yeah, we were seeing your screen. You were good.
Okay. So everybody's seen this already. And then I'm talking about the MCTs. Do you see the MCTs?
You
You
were
were
good.
good, Marcus.
We're good? Okay. So I was talking about how it may prevent neurological brain diseases like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, which is really a huge issue out there these days for the boomer generation. And this MCTs are really getting a lot of notice for this. And this is part of our product. And my wife will be the first to say I should take more. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah. Anyway, it protects against hypoglycemic and glucose damage to the brain. If you're familiar with hypoglycemia, that's kind of related to the crashes and the spikes in the crashes. And of course, the last bullet point is big for our weight loss program, and it helps burn calories in weight loss. So MCTs are really good for patients who can't tolerate other types of fats, and also it's really good for helping with your brain, your memory, and all that. So on that note, I'm going to give the screen back to you, Stefan. Okay.
Very good. All right. And we actually, on the presentation, regarding this presentation, actually, Marcus did such an amazing job. He recorded this whole convention. I mean, most of the sessions are recorded, if not all. And he's got a video that he put up on our team to actually show. Actually, Ashley Gass talks about this product, and so she goes over that, and we have the entire video. And so one of the things she talks about, and I just kind of did a wrap up of her slides, but she says that BCAAs for athletes, what it's going to do is help build muscles, and it's going to be let's see, yeah, build muscle, and the glutamine is going to be helping with the respiratory tract, which is crucial for runners and anyone that's doing marathon or things like that. The MCTs help with energy. It's a good source of energy that gives you energy very fast. For overweight people, it's going to make them feel better. That's the BCAAs, because when you're overweight, you just don't feel like working out. You don't feel like standing up and walking or doing anything. So it gives you that better feeling, basically. Fat jumper and easier sugar transition. As far as that part for the MCTs, what it means is because when you're on the high sugars, you've been on that for so many years, then your body is so used to that, then you have you feel like a slump. You feel like just exhausted, and so this product is going to help bring that energy level that regulates their blood sugar, and so that's a good transition. It's easier for them to go and lose the weight because of that. And then for the 70, 80-year-old, the BCAAs will basically, when you're 70, 80, your body stopped building muscle, and so you need these to help build muscle. All right, and so that's important. Glutamine is going to help for specifically people who are sick all the time, and even athletes. I mean, athletes who are sick all the time, it's because they don't have enough of this specific element there. And then MCTs keeps the blood sugar low. It's good for hypoglycemia and things like that. So this is you should go over her video. It's a really good one. So let's say someone asks you, what is this product doing? Why should I take it? Well, the really quick punchline is it boosts your muscle building, it boosts your immune system, and it boosts your energy. That's what this product does. All right, and so if they want to know more and they ask you more question, well, what you could say is the reason someone takes Power Boost is that when the body needs energy, it can break down muscles to take important amino acids out and use them as fuel for energy. So you don't want to break down your muscle, right? So you need this to help, supplement with it. And then Power Boost also builds new muscle, and it is a great source of fast energy like carbohydrates without the fat storage effects. And it keeps your blood sugar stabilized and protects against hypoglycemia. Another thing it does is it increases your immune system, which is good for people who are sick all the time, very good for the respiratory tract, for endurance athletes. So basically, anybody that wants more energy, build muscles, or improve their immune system should take Power Boost. So this would be like the 1 or 2 minute punch on what this product does, and I just kind of summarized the whole concept that we talked about, me and Marcus here. So with this being said, now you know what to say about Power Boost. You know why it's a good product, and what my suggestion is, when you want to master something, what you want to do is you need to basically study it and try to teach it to someone. And that's what Marcus and I have been doing on this product, is we research, and we came up with all these things, and now I totally understand what this Power Boost does. So all right, so I'll switch my screen and transfer the call over to Arlene and Marilee.
Okay, I've unmuted my phone, and Millie, you've unmuted yours. Let me get started first and talk about, first of all, let's just talk about Pure Nourish. This is the Pure Nourish that we have, and it is in a large bag. You can see how big it is, and it's very finely ground. You have to, it's really good for your, when you take it traveling or anything, because you can put it in your shaker bottle and it immediately blends and it's easy to take. In fact, when we brought it up to the elevation of where we are at 83 feet, Ennis opened the bag and all of a sudden, poof, it just flew out like dust, and we were covered with the product, the Pure Nourish Neutral. So, be careful when you open it, because it is very fine and it is wonderful. It is completely raw. It's unprocessed. It's plant-based, so your body can absorb it immediately. There's no whey, and there's no brown rice. We're finding out that brown rice contains a lot of heavy metals, so stay away from your brown rices. There's no filter, and it contains a digestive blend, which has prebiotics and probiotics and an enzyme, and it also has VitaFiber. So you're saying, well, what is this digestive blend? Well, in your gut, you have good bacteria and bad bacteria, and it's supposed to balance off and have a good balance. But because we have such bad diets and we eat such harmful things, and we take all these antibiotics, we have upset that balance between the good and the bad bacteria. So what Pure Nourish does, it has the prebiotics, which feeds the good bacteria that you already have and makes them stronger, and it has a probiotic in it which replenishes your good bacteria, so you get that balance back, and it helps with digestion, but also helps with elimination. And these little, what it acts like, this enzyme that's in there acts like Pac-Man, and they eat things up and they help digest the food. And so the VitaFiber is in in here, and all the xylitol has been taken out so that it doesn't affect your diet or your weight loss. But the VitaFiber is plant-based sweetener that helps lower cholesterol and helps establish blood sugars. It's made from various different plants. It contains probiotics. It lowers the glycemic index, so it doesn't, like I said, spike your blood sugar, and it's very good for diabetics. It has fiber, and the fiber is like a cholesterol magnet, so it lowers your cholesterol. In fact, Dr. Ginger at the meeting recommended it for people with high cholesterol to eat this, because it really helps in lowering that cholesterol. And it's good for your diabetics, and to give them something that is nourishing and helpful, doesn't have the whey in it, the soy in it, and it helps stabilizes their blood sugar. So this is something you really need to look at, and it goes with the Boost, which Stefan just talked about. You put 2 scoops of your the natural in, and then you put 2 scoops of your Boost in, and is that right? 1 scoop of the Boost in. So that gives you 28-day supply with just for you. So you have your Pure Nourish, 28 supply and the boost for 28 supply. They go together to give you that product. And then we also have the Orange Boost, and Marilee's going to talk to you about that. There are no calories in this, and so when you put it together with your natural, you have 160 calories, and it tastes like a dreamsicle. The Boost, Chocolate Boost, tastes like a fudgesicle. I'm going to make some up this summer and put them in popsicle form so I can give it to my grandkids. They are wonderful. So Marilee, I'm going to let you then talk about the Orange Boost and what we've come up with on how to present this.
Okay. The Orange Boost basically is for people who want a lot of support with their hair and their nails and their skin. And it's got a few ingredients that really support that. And then I'll talk about what Dr. Ginger calls the Mac Daddy ingredient, the one that really makes this so unique. But it does have biotin, which is B7, and that's good for your hair and your skin and your nails. It's also got papaya fruit powder. But what's great about that is that it hasn't been processed, it hasn't been cooked at all, so it's still raw, and the enzymes are still available. So you've got high in enzymes, also high in trace minerals, because it's got a red seaweed called aquamin, and not only high in those minerals, but those minerals are also in a form that your body can use. So it's very, very bioavailable. And then some citrus bioflavonoids, which she says is just a fancy word for plant nutrients from those plants that are high in vitamin C. And we know that vitamin C supports the collagen in your skin and makes you really healthy, have very healthy looking skin. But what she called the Mac Daddy ingredient is called the Dermavol. And she says basically it supports the collagen and the elastin in your skin, which makes your skin really plump and vibrant looking. But what happens is that as we start to age, there's elastin in our skin, and that's what makes it elasticy. That's what makes it springy, so it's not wrinkly and saggy. And as we age, that elastin starts to disintegrate. And that's where we get really skin that's very stiff, and it's dull, and it's got a lot of wrinkles and a lot of sags in it. And when we eat a diet that's high in sugars or high in starches or carbs, that same thing happens. The elastase is an enzyme that'll go in there and it'll break up the elastin in our skin. And that is why we can... oh, hello, Tim.
Hey there, guys. Sorry.
That's okay. I'll keep...
We got Nellie's computer to work, so we figured out a way to do it.
Okay. Can you mute yourself, Tim?
Yeah.
See if that works. Okay. Good job. Thanks. So the Orange Boost has a Dermavol in it, which goes in and prevents the elastase from being activated in your body, so that when you've had a diet that's really high in sugars and you've got all this damage, the Dermavol can not only cover some of that damage, but it can prevent that from happening again. And so it gives your skin, helps you look very young, and gives it back the vibrancy and prevents a lot of the wrinkles and the sags that you would otherwise have. So when I first heard that, when I first tried the two drinks, I kind of thought, well, I prefer chocolate. I like chocolate flavor better than a fruit flavor, so I was going to only do the chocolate, until I studied this and I read this and I saw all of the things that the Beauty Boost can do for your skin and give you back the youthful looking appearance. So then I'm now doing both. I've got to have both my chocolate and my orange. Let's see. She said also that since we create completely brand new skin cells every 14 to 16 days, that you can see a difference in the skin very quickly. So when you're taking supplements and you're doing all these healthy things, you will eventually see a benefit physically, but the skin is where it's going to show the quickest. So if you were going to talk to somebody about the Orange Nourish or the Orange Boost, and you wanted to know just quickly what can you say about it, share this and we'll show you how you could explain this to somebody quickly. There we go. So you could say the Beauty Boost is for people who want to have young, healthy-looking skin. And the problem is that when you've been eating sugary foods or foods that are high in starches or high in carbs, your body releases an enzyme that breaks down your skin. And you end up with skin that's stiff and dull. It's saggy, it's wrinkly, it's just old looking. So the Beauty Boost goes in, it covers some of that damage that's been done from a bad diet in the past, and it helps to stop further damage from happening so that you end up with skin that's springy, it's radiant, it's youthful looking. The Beauty Boost just adds another layer of support to your weight loss so that not only are you losing weight, but you're also looking younger. So that's something that you could share very quickly that explains what the Beauty Boost does and what the benefit would be to somebody. So with that, I'll pass it back to Stefan.
All right. Thank you so much, Mary Lee and Arlene. That was a great, explanation of this Power Boost, not Power Boost, Beauty Boost. We actually have two guests today, and one of them is Arlene's sweetheart. So I don't know if he's around.
Yes, yeah.
Good morning.
Hey, Ennis. All right. So Ennis, let us hear about this promotion has been going on. Hopefully we can catch it on time. So go ahead, my friend.
Okay. We were in the corporate office on Thursday, and one of the things that happened at convention was they had some specials for the people that were there, and one of the specials was featured the new Pure Nourish Natural, which was 2 bags of that, plus a bag of the Chocolate Boost and a bag of the orange beauty. The Beauty Boost, and they had a special of $120 for $129.95. You could get 2 bags of the natural and 1 each of the Boost and the Beauty Boost, plus a blender bottle, the slenderized blender bottle, for $129.95. And I picked up another one on Thursday, and the customer rep I was talking with said that they thought that would be available for another few days possibly. So what I would recommend is that if you're interested in this product, that you call on Monday and talk to them and see if you can get that special, because it's really a great deal and it's a great product. So for all you people that maybe weren't at convention and were able to pick up some of that, or if you've already used your supply, if you were at convention like we were, already getting low on some of ours, and we were fortunate enough to sell some of the product also. So that's just a suggestion. Give it a try on Monday.
That's a great deal. I mean, I didn't know about this one, that it was still going on, but we should definitely take advantage of that. Absolutely. Thank you for that, Ennis. All right. We have another special guest this morning, and that's Tim Scanlon. Tim, are you... I know you're there.
Yes, I'm here, buddy.
Okay. Hey, Tim, I know you've been rocking. Convention has been good to you, and you came back home, and even before convention, you were, losing weight, and things have been going well. So, could you share with us a little bit about what you've done, your experience on the weight loss, and what you're doing right now for business?
Yeah, you say convention was good to me. What's been really good to me is the 3X fat loss program.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, and now you're no longer dark. You're all good. We can see you well.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so what I've been doing is just focusing on my results and focusing on health. And I noticed that all of you, or at least most all of you, have checked out Facebook. The discussions I've been leading and following with people that are tuning into my fat loss results. And that's driving my business.
That's awesome. So yeah, share your results. We just want to hear what have you lost? What's happened?
So 32.5 pounds in the last 8+ weeks, and this last week I've purposely been chiseling down to the last molecule because I want to win that fat loss competition at my local gym.
And so what's the competition? What are you going to win?
I'm going to win a free trip for Nellie and I to South Lake Tahoe, and I'm gonna market the heck out of it. Nellie's gonna videotape it, and it's gonna be fun. So some of the folks at the gym know that I'm on a program. I actually had the privilege of sitting down with a personal trainer, had him over for dinner, and he watched Brilliant Compensation and YRX and watched Tim Sales with the 3X 30-minute discussion on that program. He is at the time he's kind of a maybe, but he is aware of what I'm doing, and he has agreed wholeheartedly to forward all of his personal trainer clients to me for those folks that are looking to lose weight.
Wow. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
well, that's what happens when someone takes massive action and get things done, focus on results, and that's what you've been doing, and it just shows with what's going on here. Like, opportunities open, doors open all the time, so congratulations for that. And so so since then, you went to convention, you come back, and now you're in full promotion mode. So tell me about what have you been doing to reach out to people? What are you doing? Do you have a special phrase you use, or how do you approach people?
Most importantly to me, Stefan, you know my personality. I'm very intense and serious a lot of time, and what I've tapped into now is this well of just having fun, this well of passion for what we have and for the results. And so my communication is not, it doesn't feel rigid, it doesn't feel cautious, it feels like I'm being fully self-expressed, and because it's a real result. And so what I'm doing is I'm connecting with people and saying, particularly those that are tuning in and expressing an interest, I'm getting back with them on a Facebook private message chat and saying, hey, it looks like you expressed an interest in what I'm doing, what's going on? We're getting caught up quickly. We're doing the first step of the inviting formula. And then typically they will say, hey, what's up with that fat loss? And then we'll roll right into it. And I'll say, okay, cool, what are you actually looking to accomplish? What interests you about this fat loss thing? And then I'll qualify them quickly and move on to answering their questions. And usually they want to know a summary of the program, and I'm not giving them everything. I'm leaving them a little bit curious. And I'm holding back on the intellectual property that we're here to protect. And so they continue to ask questions. And one gal out of New South Wales, Australia, turned out to be a grand slam because she was ready to buy. She was ready to do this, and all that she needed was to know that it's still the Tim Scanlon that she met 2 to 3 years ago. And so she came in with a clinical pack, and she'll be on our women's team in a few days, or a week and a half or so. So that'll be fun to be going to Australia.
Oh man, absolutely. So tell me, you're not calling Stefan and say, hey Stefan, you're fat, I need to talk to you, right? So you're
absolutely not. No, I'm getting reconnected. I'm getting reconnected, and then I'm sharing a result.
Okay.
And I'm also using kind of a Kim Klaver approach for some. I'm saying, hey, I lost 32.5 pounds in the last 8+ weeks. I feel like a bullet train. Do you happen to know anybody who would want to know more about a program like that? So I did this program. I lost 32.5 pounds in the last 8 weeks. Do you happen to know anybody that may be interested in knowing more about a program like that? And they'll typically ask, what is it? Because they're interested for themselves. And then I'll give them a quick summary and go from there.
Is that the main phrase you've been using with everyone, or you do some kind of grading with others?
That is the main approach, where I'm asking them if they happen to know somebody who might want to know more about that. So
Okay.
I know a lot of fat people, like all of us, and so I have some, in particular, two overweight civilians in the Air Force where I work. And
Okay.
so I walked into their office, and we got acquainted again. And I said, hey, guys, I just lost 30 pounds in the last 2 months. Do you happen to know anybody who would be interested in knowing more about that on this little program I did? This little fat loss program I did is terminology I like to use. I'm not going into 3x. I'm not going into sales pitch language. I'm going, this little this little weight loss program I did just had me lose 32.5 pounds in the last 2 months. So I'm trying
Very good.
to minimize the pitch, or meaning the sales language, very much Kim Claver, and taking the onus off them, taking the pressure off them by asking if they happen to know somebody.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
it's
which
been
is
very effective at them coming back with questions. And then I'm just servicing them. I'm coming from a place of service, and I'm directing them, finding out what information to direct them to. And if they say, just send me the information or just send me a link, I'm just like, hey, you know what? This one guy is very assertive. I was like, hey, if you are serious about losing weight and want to get your health together, I'm in charge here. I need to find out what information to direct you to. Let's talk. And specifically, I need to know what you're looking to accomplish. And he said, okay, I'll put something together this weekend, with a smile at the end of his chat. So these conversations are happening not just in person, but also in Facebook and the phone messenger. So just tapping into that assertiveness level that is proper, that I believe I intuitively know how to do, but in the past it hasn't been so natural because I haven't had such a slam dunk result.
yeah, it's just crazy. Like 32 pounds. Man.
Yeah. Not just that, but everything's working better. I mean, it's not just the obviously visible fat loss. It's like everything
Yeah.
feels and looks better.
Yeah, mind is clear, you're focused, you're energized, and so that's what Tim was referring to many months ago when he was on a conference call and he said to everyone, he says, this is going to be your $1,000,000 story. Don't mess with it. Get
Yeah, exactly.
results. Like use the program to a T. Don't deviate. I mean, focus on it, get results, and it's going to follow you everywhere. And look at that. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, I can't reiterate that more, Stefan. That's exactly right. So the folks that I'm bringing on, even if they're expressing an interest in, hey, I don't want just the program, but they're saying I don't want to do a business because they're already kind of aware there's an income opportunity. I'm gonna I'm gonna make sure what's working is because we're in beta. So they come in having to follow a procedure. And they know that. They know they need to follow the rules. That's why they're allowed to come in and do it at this time. So I'm going to make sure they know without a doubt. We need videos, we need pictures, we need everything that they got early on. And of course, I wish I took more video and pictures when I was 201 plus. I was actually at 204 before my trip to Florida. Thank you, honey. I was actually at 204, so I was closer to 201 when I started the fat loss program. And I'd been working out for weeks and weeks with a personal trainer, and he was taking video and stuff, and I'm not sure I can get back to it. I'm not sure he actually saved it. Anyways, yeah,
Does that look like
testimony
something?
sells.
Does that look like something you drink every morning?
That's like making my mouth water right now because I got up
Yeah.
obviously a few minutes before the call and just had Restorex, but we haven't had our green juice yet, and we're ready for it.
That's great. Well, We're really grateful that you're on the team and you really focused on it. You're getting amazing results. And for any one of you who are wondering, like, okay, I'm talking to someone and I don't know how to like approach them. Like I'm on this program, and so one thing you could do is when you meet someone, they always ask you, so what have you been up to, or how's it going?
I
And
can
then
answer that.
Yeah, go ahead. What would you say?
Well, I just lost 32.5 pounds in the last 8 weeks, and I feel amazing on this little weight loss program. Do you happen to know anyone who might want to know more about that?
Looks like you've learned it by heart. I mean, and it's your story. You know, that's the beautiful thing is sometimes you try to learn a script and it doesn't feel natural. But when you've experienced yourself the results, then it's just telling your story. Who better than you to tell your story? And you know it by heart. You don't need to learn it. You just know your story, and that's all it is. And you just connect the dots together. So I hope, guys, it's good, but because we have this recorded, and so you'll be able to listen back to Tim and get some notes. But basically, tell your story, get results, tell your story. And as for me, I'm on phase 2, and so phase 2 is what it's about building core, strength, and so joint and things like that. So if I'm talking to someone, what have you been up to? I say, well, I'm just getting in shape like crazy. I'm on the program. It's phase 2. Phase 1 is actually losing the blubber, losing weight, and we've been helping a bunch of guys and gals losing weight. I got my friend Tim who's lost 32 pounds in 8 weeks. I've got this other guy. He's at 73 pounds. I mean, this is an amazing program. But as for me, I'm on phase 2 because I need to build strength, build core, and then move into muscle mass. So that's what I've been up to. And you just stop there, or you can ask them, do you know anyone that might be interested in anything like that? Like want to lose weight or build, strength and fitness. And there you go. You've got your people. But again, that's my story. And Tim is using his story, and that's why it works so well. So awesome. Anything else you want to share, Tim? Because we're really excited. Just hearing you, I want to go out there and talk to people.
When they come back and they say, hey, well, what's it cost, or what's it involve? I may say something like, well, it depends. What are you looking to accomplish? Because not everybody's going to be doing the same thing to have the results. So I put it back on them. I qualify them. What are they looking to do? So just because they ask what's involved doesn't mean they're qualified.
Yeah, exactly.
And then typically I'll give them some information, and they'll say something like, "Oh, I already know what to do," or "I already eat well," or whatever. And it's just like, great. If you know somebody, send them my way. Next.
Okay. Next. All right. And so if they say, okay, well, I want to lose 25 pounds, what do I have to do?
I'll say, well, what have you tried before? What's working? What's not working? So I'll try to further qualify them.
Okay.
And then if they are qualified and they say, well, what's the program include? And I'll say, well, it's addressing a number of things that most any other diet, at least all the diets I've seen, do not address as a whole. So it's a combination of things that have been put together that really work. And if they want to know about those things, I'll go ahead and address a few of those things. I'll talk about the food list a little bit. Not what's on the food list. I'll generally say that it's basically a paleo diet in terms of food, but there's many other things involved.
All right.
And then I'll quickly go over those little things if they continue to probe.
Okay.
So I'm giving them an idea of what their typical day would look like. If they ask price, I give it to them.
All right.
So I'm not withholding entirely. I'm keeping them on that thought. That train of thought to help them capture a vision. Here I am, 32.5 pounds less. Maybe I'll share a testimony of somebody else, and then they'll continue to ask questions, and I'll give them a little piece.
Yeah.
To keep it going. And then the tool I've been using primarily has been the Tim Sales video with the words, the YouTube 3X fat loss presentation.
All right. Well, if any one of you listening here, you're on the team, you want to, talk about this and talk about this process and things like that, reach out to us. If you need to lose weight, you need to reach with one of us. I know that probably all of us here on the line are upline to you, and so we can help you and address this. We'll probably bring you back on, Tim, to share a little bit more of this. I know you've got many more people you're going to help bring on the program, and so you'll get a lot more feedback that you can share with us. And I know, like, we could go on for probably another 30 minutes and just dissect the whole thing, because you're beginning to master this whole thing, and so we're excited by that. And I know people are going to be asking us questions, and so now I have Gary who's asking, like, clinical pack price. Well, clinical pack price is they actually launched 3. Yeah, we now have 3 clinical packs, and
Good. Great.
Yeah, you want to talk about that, or?
Well, I was interested in seeing the variations of the clinical pack, and I'm hoping it has the power and beauty boost in one of them, or at least the power boost in one of them, possibly.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, the power boost, I believe, is a key aspect.
Yeah.
Sorry, was I interrupting, Arlene?
No, you're not. It's just I'm trying to keep up with people asking questions. I've got Gary asking, but I've got other people asking questions, and so that's why I'm not paying attention to the screen right now. But Arlene, you want to say something?
Yeah. Ines and I were in talking, like I said, like Ines just said, to Cameron about the boost, or to Lauren about it. And Ines, do you want to say anything about that? What we learned?
Well, it looks like right now that we're going to have, I think we've got 3 different clinical packs. One is the standard clinical pack that we've always had for, what is it?
Weight loss.
For weight loss.
$379.
$379. Then they are coming in now with the new second clinical pack, which will have the new neutral and the, I guess, the power boost, chocolate power boost in it, and that's going to go for the $399. So $99, yeah. $399.99, and then I guess the third package, I don't remember if it has a boost, but I know it has the MOA.
It just has the Peach Nourish and the MOA. It was so you've got your regular, the one with the Peach Nourish in that we've always had, the clinical pack for $375. You've got your clinical pack with the MOA in it. I don't know the price of that one. And then you've got your clinical pack, and they've taken the Peach Nourish out, and they put the Pure Nourish and the Boost in it. And that's for $399. It's just $19 more, but you get, what I love about it is you get 28 servings. That's a month's serving, so you don't have to add 2 bags of Peach Nourish, and it just makes it so much easier on the weight loss.
I have a question, guys. Given that MOA is part of the clinical pack now, and that hasn't been in the 3X fat loss program, it would be interesting to know the benefits of using MOA on our program, because I know that there are a lot of folks who only have 5, maybe 10 pounds to lose, where MOA could really serve them in terms of their, their mental energy, their energy as a whole, and the different effects and ingredients within MOA could really benefit some people. I think probably those particularly that don't have a lot of weight to lose. Those athlete types that just have 5 pounds they want to get rid of. So I don't know, does anyone know at a deep level the impact of having MOA, of taking MOA?
I don't think that there's been any clinical trials on that, and I think it's just something that's come out since the middle of February, 1st of March. And Tim, I don't think there's been enough, data taken, or we haven't received any data on that, to my knowledge. I don't know anything either. So maybe we need to do a little research there and find out what's going on.
Okay, when they ask the price, do you give them all packs or just concentrate on clinical pack?
You
I know
asking me,
my
Stefan?
answer. I know about my answer. What about you? Do you talk to them about the plus, or do you talk to them about just the drops? What do you do, Tim?
Well, since I kind of clarified that with you a week or so ago, where this
Yeah.
is what we're selling, and so I'm looking specific. I'm looking for a very specific person, someone who's willing to come in and follow the directions and come in with the clinical pack, which happens to be $379 plus shipping and tax. It's $415. So I'm not offering other options right now. I'm driving those. I'm driving Team 2 women and Team 3 men right now.
That's good. Well, yeah, and I've done the same. Like I just focus on those packs, the clinical pack. That's it, because I want people to get the most amazing results.
Yeah.
Someone who's not getting on the other products, like they just take the drops. It's great. It helps them lose weight. It's just that it's not as easy or fun experience because
Right.
they may have some cravings, they may have some mood swings, they may have all kinds of things, sugar cravings and things like that. So we want to help them get the most amazing experience, because when they do, they just feel like Tim. Like they go back and people ask them and they just want to share how great of an experience it was. But with just the drops, yes, they will lose weight, but it's not going to be as easy, and they won't be so excited.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, been there, done that. It's the effect that occurs when someone goes through this program, the whole body experience, and then the mental shift that takes place in this program is unlike anything out there that I've seen. And just to pass on some drops is not nearly going to serve them as actually taking their health on once and for all. Let's resolve this. I'm having that kind of conversation. Let's resolve this once and for all. I have this one guy who's borderline diabetic. He's trying to tell me this is just Atkins. I was like, look, Craig, this is not just Atkins. It's a very it's an approach that takes on things that are just not dealt with in Atkins, that aren't dealt with in typical diets. I mean, we're dealing with your sleep, we're dealing with your water intake, we're dealing with detoxification. We're not just eating eggs and bacon in the morning and omitting the hash browns. This is a full body approach, and you're going to learn an awful lot. There's education involved. So you're not just going to have radical physical results. You're going to walk away knowing exactly how to maintain those results. We happen to have a product that naturally helps the body manage its insulin. After years of eating sugars and too many refined foods and overdosing the body on the crap in the grocery store, our bodies are not sensitive to its own insulin. So this is a natural way to bring the body back into balance regarding its insulin. Insulin equals fat, so we get that back to balance, and your body starts metabolizing fat again like it used to.
There you go.
So it's a full program. We're dealing with all of that, aren't we? I mean, not just insulin. We're dealing with our sleep. We're dealing with water. We're dealing with what happens when you ingest a GMO product, when you consume chemicals, the exposure and the risks that results in. So I don't want to sell anybody short. This is the program. This is where people need to be when they want to. If they are serious about taking their health on for good, this is where they need to be. It's not about the drops. It's about the whole program.
All right. Awesome. Well, with this being said, we're at the tip of the hour. We're going to close the call. Thank you so much for all of you to join us this morning. Tim, that was great to have you on the first time. I know you're going to be coming back very often, my friends. Watch out for that. Thank you, Arlene. Thank you, Marcus, Mary Lee. It's great to have you on. And Ennis, thanks for all the updates on the packs and everything. And so hopefully, guys, you take advantage of this. Get results with the program. Get the word out. You've already got some great piece of advice from Tim on what to say to your prospect, and most of all is get results yourself, and that's the most important thing. So guys here, just stay in the room just for a minute. I'll just end the live call, and I just got to talk to you real quick, but thank you everyone for joining us. It's been a pleasure to have you on. We'll be back next week. And Arlene, did you want to say something to end the call, or is there anything any other announcement?
I just wanted to say that for those people that have put in their points and their tracker points and things like that, that we will have a second call here in about 15 minutes. So just get on that conference call, and we'll chat and do some more build our businesses.
All right, so I'll just open the line if every one of you want to say bye to everyone. Good weekend.
Great call.
Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.
Have a great weekend.